What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgun. Today we have Sneak Peek 2. Greetings, Sages. This is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. As Captain America's oldest friend, and to redeem what he has done in the past, this hero has decided to forge his own path. His battle skills and strong powers as an assassin are sure to be of great help to the new Captain America. So let's watch this. This is pretty wild. Nice, nice. Very, very cool. Very, very cool, man. Big shout out to the Sneak Peek, man. They threw in a few little things in here. Some of you might not have noticed, but yeah, let's talk about this a little bit. So right here, guys, you can see the 107th in the bottom there. That's the regiment, the infantry regiment that Captain America and Bucky Barnes start off in the 107th Regiment. So that's really cool that they threw that in there. I think that's freaking awesome. And then you'll notice some words up in the top right-hand corner on that page. And we'll get to talking about that here in a little bit. We'll kind of scroll over a little bit here. A little more, actually. Very, very cool. And now you see Bucky's vibranium arm. You see a little bit of the uniform. Looks really, really cool. There's actually a really good look at Bucky in this sneak peek. And you see Barnes at the bottom left-hand corner there. Very nice. And move on a little bit. Here you can actually see, Winter Soldier up at the top, but you see a little bit of Bucky's face, or White Wolf. I actually just like saying White Wolf a lot more. I think that's just such a cool name. And we'll scroll over a little bit more here. And then we have all these words. Now, these words are the same words that were actually on that piece of paper. And what are these words? What do they mean? Well, so these words that were actually on that piece of paper, I thought it was really cool because it kind of reminds you of the notebook that Bucky was using and Captain America was using in the movies and in the shows. But what these words are the words that actually trigger Bucky, actually bring back the Winter Soldier. So if any of you recall in the Captain America Civil War movie, there's a moment where Bucky's actually in kind of like a glass cage and Zemo's talking to him and he says these words in Russian, longing, rusted, daybreak, furnace, and so on and so on. He says all these words to trigger Bucky so he actually becomes the Winter Soldier once again, and he just starts going on a rampage. He starts going nuts and using that vibranium arm, punching that glass, and he finally breaks it. It was pretty freaking cool. It was an epic moment. I freaking loved it. So wild to see that. And even in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, there was a woman, I believe her name was Io. Forgive me if I mispronounced that name, that was saying these words to him to try to get him to overcome this. Because every time these words were said to him in Russian, he would just snap, right? He just snapped. And so he practiced in Wakanda to try to overcome this, and he actually did. So really awesome of the sneak peek to throw this little tidbit in here. And I don't know if I can scroll onto it here. It's kind of difficult with the setup that I have. So right here, so there you see all the words there on that paper, and then you actually get a good look at Bucky. And I believe that's Bucky on the right side as well. It's just two different views of the character. I could be wrong about that. I'm not really sure, but I think I am. That does look like him on the right side, but you get a good look at him on the left. He looks freaking cool. He's got the short hair. He's got the little bang there going on. So really, really dope looking sneak peek. I am very happy with what Netmarble is doing here. I think this is spectacular. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to take Bucky for a little spin in World Boss. And I'll show you guys my build. And the reason we're going to do this is whenever he gets his uniform, we're actually going to see the difference in the damage compared to what we're going to actually do today. So, I mean, he has 37,000 physical attack, and then he's got all max attack stats, and his dodge is pretty much maxed out close enough. And he does have 5-star Urus. I'm not going to change anything about his build whenever I slap that uniform on him. And then all of his skills are at 6. Now, something about Bucky that's always been really, really great is whenever he first got this uniform, he was an absolute meta. He was a beast in PvP and PvE. He was actually an ABX meta for a while there, and he was also insane in PvP because he actually had the ignore target dodge rate by 100% here, and then he also had an ignore iframe for 3 seconds. So every time a character go in iframe, he just blow him out. He just snipe him is what he would actually do. Freaking cool. And then this fist skill does give him a nice attack buff and crit rate buff, but it's only 10%. It's actually pretty crazy when people that were playing this game back when Bucky got this uniform, it's actually crazy how strong he was compared to what he is now. I mean, he really has fallen in the trash bender. I mean, he isn't very good at all anymore, but he does have this damage accumulation that increased attack by 4% for each 1% of damage taken. And he does have 5 seconds of immunity. Something he doesn't have, though, is he doesn't have any he does have super armor, my bad. And he does get a little extra increase of HP, so he does have that. That's good. And then he's got the 30% increase of physical attack leadership. His tier 3 also has ignore target dodge rate by 80%. So every time we do the force skill, we're going to have 100% ignore dodge, which is freaking amazing, right? And we're going to get 80% ignore dodge from doing the tier 3. And then, of course, all these extra buffs, the increased damage by 40% for 1 attack. So that is only going to be good for the tier 3. If we try canceling it, we're going to lose that damage proc from the tier 3. And, you know, really, Bucky needs more damage and he needs more survivability. So when we take him into World Boss, and we're going to go against Null because Null is really the gauge, we'll just do stage 9. I do have 13% pierce in my cards, and I do have 87% physical attack. We got Valkyrie for the damage to supervillains and Mystique for the damage to supervillains. And we'll just use, let's see, these strikers. We got 2 ignore dodge strikers here, but then we got some damage to supervillain strikers. Let's see how good he does. I can tell you already, it won't be that good. It won't be that good. But what I'm going to try to do, since I have a rage on this guy, is I'm going to try to take a little damage here. There we go. I'm going to run into the purple to try to absorb as much damage as I can. I'm going to try to absorb a little damage from there. There we go. There we go. There we go. We hit our tier 3. The proc isn't triggering. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. I'm going to go ahead and switch because Bucky will die. He lacks a lot of survivability. And if that toxic meteor falls on him, man, he will croak. He will croak. I'm going to stand in that poison there, take a little damage. There we go. And ooh, boy, that wasn't good at all. So you guys can see that we are not doing very good at all. So watch out, watch out, watch out. Okay. Try to take a little damage. I mean, you can always stand in the toxic meteorite puddles if you want to take a little damage. No, I want to take a little damage. I want to take a little damage. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, it's really not as terrible, I guess, but it's not the greatest, right? It's pretty bad. His damage output is terrible. And if you notice here, his life is pretty much out of commission. He doesn't have much health left because he just doesn't have the greatest survivability. And boom, we died. And we got down to the 44th bar in pretty much almost 2 minutes. That's how bad he is. But what I really want to do is I want to go all the way up to stage 20. And by the way, any character on my account that can actually put in some good damage at stage 20 is doing insane. Because you can only use male superheroes on stage 20. So we can't use our female supports right here. All we can use is Winter Soldier. And that's it. That's all we can use. There's no other buffs for this guy. So I'm really hoping in this update that these characters are going to have some kind of support passive from one of them. You know, something like what the Thing has, or Jessica Jones. We want to see something like that to add a little extra support. And we can only use these 2 ignore dodge strikers, but again, we're going to have pretty much max ignore dodge every time we do our tier 3, and we're going to have max ignore dodge every time we do our 4th skill. Now watch the damage here. This is pretty bad, my friends. This is bad. Okay, run up. I want to try to take a little damage. Boom, take a little damage, run into the purple. And yeah, I mean, it's bad, my friends. It is bad. And there our proc actually triggered. Oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord. Terrible. Oh my god. Something about playing with a rage. I mean, I've never really cared for playing with rages, especially for a character that doesn't have any guaranteed critical rate in his kit, because a lot of times the rage don't want to proc when it should, unless the character does just an insane amount of hits. I mean, God, this is terrible, right? This is absolutely pitiful. You know, we're 50 seconds into this run, and we're not doing jack for damage. It is bad. Now, I know stage 20 is very high, especially on my account, but I just wanted to show you all this because whenever I do get the uniform, I'm going to slap it on him, and I'm going to do the same thing and see how much damage he actually does. So you guys can actually see the damage difference when he gets that new uniform. And really all they got to do for this guy is just give him better survivability and more damage. You know, instead of having these 10% all attack, they could give him, you know, 40%, 50%. We even have some characters with 60% attack buff. You have characters that have attack buffs on 2 different skills. I mean, when this uniform came into the game, this was an absolute meta. This was an insane uniform. It was over the top. And I really doubt that Netmarble is going to queue that up again, but it sure would be nice if they did. I would love to see them do that again, because whenever he got the uniform originally, this uniform, and he became an insane meta, like he was really one of the first characters, or maybe actually the first character, to get this insane massive upgrade. So like every time now we get a character that gets like their total crap, and then they get the 0 to hero treatment, right? We always think about Winter Soldier because he was the first character that really got that 0 to hero treatment, right? He was the first character that went from total crap to a total god when he got the uniform. And so I'm really hoping that they queue something like that up for him. I mean, all they need to do is just give him more attack buffs. I mean, if they had small defense down on his in his kit here, that would actually be really good. I mean, he does have all defense down on his tier 3, so I guess it really doesn't matter if you have his tier 3. So I guess that wouldn't be a big deal. But have damage accumulation based on how much damage you deal instead of how much damage you take. That's much easier to play, and it's definitely a lot easier to play with a proc. Whenever you have to take damage, it can be a bit annoying sometimes whenever you're playing with a damage proc. That's why sometimes playing with a rage is a lot easier. But again, because Winter Soldier doesn't have any, there's some more ignore dodge right there, but because he doesn't have any guaranteed critical rate, the CTB of Rage just doesn't proc that often, even though we have max critical rate. As uniform was at Mythic, by the way. So I'm really, really excited for Winter Soldier. I really hope that they give him that 0 to hero treatment again. I mean, even though I don't think he's a 0 right now, he's definitely no hero, right? He definitely needs a big boost. So let me know how you're all feeling about Winter Soldier and this awesome sneak peek. And I do stream on Twitch at Reset. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.